Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Capricorn reading. The full moon part 1 in Capricorn was on June 21st, and the second will be on July 31st. It's rare, but it occasionally happens that two full moons or two new moons in the same sign occur back to back. It's usually full moons. New moons, it's a little bit different. Anyway, it happens sometimes, but I do believe this is ushering us through the very last squeezing of Pluto transiting through the last degree, 29 degrees of Capricorn. It will be finishing up this retrograde connection to Capricorn and moving permanently into Aquarius for the next 20 years in late November. So this is also a general reading. I want to remind you that it's not going to resonate for everyone. If you'd like a personal reading, you can find information for that in the description box below. I thank you for your presence here. That's what supports me the most, more than anything. Thank you so much for your donations, your comments, appreciations, feedback, and your very generous donations, if I didn't already say that. Let's get started, Taurus, with your overall energy, the Six of Wands. This is a victory. This is particular for those of you that are working towards a vision, a long-held vision. You're moving in the direction of success towards achieving that vision. This can be a major transition, either in job and work conditions, work situations, locations, a new general environment for you, opportunities to learn something new and that way to level up, to advance, or to travel to new locations and experience new aspects of culture, differences that can inform the way that you do and see and experience things. So this is you getting some modicum of recognition from others that you work with, that you work for, and appreciation, a sense of reward, of finally being recognized by your peers. Even if it's not about the tangible rewards you receive, it is about being seen by others that is important to you. Of course, excuse me. Just as I start reading, in the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the way others see you, the Seven of Cups is describing your sudden release in looking at the world through new options and opportunities. It's as though you see possibilities in ways that you have not been able to in the past. From a 6 to a 7, you're advancing. You're perhaps recognizing that you've come to the end of one road and you have an opportunity to shift your focus, your efforts, your attention in a new direction. Because of the options that are available to you, you may be distracted from what you know to be best for you. And you're encouraged to keep your eye on the path of your heart, to move forward from that place of your greatest desire. That's where your greatest creativity, imagination, and creative expressive potential exists for you. The Tauruses I'm talking to are focused on an opportunity to pursue something that was not a part of their professional experience. This is a turn away, like a right hand or a left hand turn, into an opportunity to be expressive, to be creative. In the first house, the Page of Swords is showing a place of a little bit of awestruckness. This ability to be successful, to have reached some level of achievement in one area, and to have an expanse of new opportunities that resonate with your heart, with your desires, is a bit overwhelming to you. You are still contemplating the options of what that can mean, not necessarily things that would take you away from your path, but possibilities contained within your path. That there are so many more ways to express this love of creativity, your imaginative art, whatever it is that you do your craft in so many ways that could satisfy you that didn't exist before, that were not part of your sense of achievement in the past. Because of this need, you are observing, watching, learning, gathering information, simply processing the amount of information you're now free to pursue. Perhaps you're making connections to those and exploring the assumptions you used to have about the things you really wanted to do. And now you're seeing it with more maturity. In fact, that's a signature of this full moon energy, is maturity, recognizing the things that don't serve you, that are a part of your conditioning, that are about your compliance with what others thought of you, how you were perceived by others, what others think. Learning to step away from that perception and to value instead your experience, the wisdom of your own senses and knowledge, self-knowledge. In the fourth house, the Ten of Wands is reiterating that theme of stepping away from obligations and responsibilities that you have already fulfilled. You no longer need to perform the tasks that were a part of an experience that you are releasing. That instead your goals and responsibilities, your obligations align firmly with your own desire to pursue a goal, pursue any goal. That you are motivated by your desire, you are inspired by your desire to reach a goal, not by the needs of others, by the expectations of others. And dropping those things will give you a great sense of physical release, because I bet many of you are sleeping a whole lot. In fact, a lot of us are sleeping a whole lot with the intensity of energy around the changes in the environment that are hitting us very hard. In the seventh house of your significant others, the Ten of Swords. So here we have a theme of release, a theme of transition, a theme of moving on, of dropping not just the responsibilities and obligations, the tasks, but the beliefs that were once attached to the things that you felt you had to do, you should do, you were supposed to do. Someone else needed you to do them. Someone else needed you to be a certain way to supply their needs. And you're understanding the difference now. Having released all that, this is indicating that the old you is dead and gone. The past you is receding into the background, and that instead you are clearing space to rest and to be reborn. You're being reborn through this greater alignment with your creative expression, the things that feel good to you, the things that support you, the things that see you as whole. And those are the ways you're moving forward, which is a great distinction from the way you have been moving forward. I'm hoping that you are enjoying this reading, that it's resonating for you. If so, please like this video, please share it with others who might find it useful, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the Purpose card. I know what I'm here to do. And that is in real stark contrast to this overwhelming need to take care of others, to comply with the expectations of others, to do the work of making others successful. And I've pulled from the flora and fauna of Africa the springbok, and the key word is devotion, duty. Focus your energy and deal with things now. That is how you turn your fantasies to realities. I like that. The Page of Swords in the first house is clarified by the strength in the second house and the moon in the third house. Yes, this is a time now for you to go deep within your own meditation practice, prayer practice, yoga practice, whatever you do that stills you, that allows you to be still with yourself, to be honest, to look beneath the surface of things you are not comfortable with, behaviors even that others have engaged in with you in, and ways in which you reacted or acted in a way that displeased you, that makes you feel uncomfortable, that you know wasn't right, didn't feel good, that you are being asked to embrace that shadow. In fact, with Pluto moving through Capricorn in its very last degree, you're getting an opportunity to almost summarize nearly 2 decades worth of soul growth. This is some deep excavation, some really brave, fearless looking at all of the experiences that you feel have defined you, and to release yourself from that past, the chains of the past, things that can't be changed. Letting those things go and having learned the lessons that you were responsible in part for many of those experiences through your reactions rather than your response. It doesn't mean that as a victim of some kind of abuse, particularly as a child, that you were responsible for that. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm suggesting is that in your abilities as an adult to understand those experiences, you now can forgive yourself, you can forgive others, and you can learn the lesson and move on. Release that so that you're not re-traumatizing yourself constantly through the memories of unfortunate or unhappy experiences. And that's something that you perhaps unconsciously do, retelling the story of some horrible experience you had and the horrible people that did it to you. Every time you tell that story to yourself or others, you reinvoke that experience as if it's happening right in the moment. And that is what's keeping you stuck. That's keeping you held, keeping you from moving on to a new story, a new you. In the fourth house, the 10 of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Water and the King of Fire. Your creative meter is absolutely being fueled and fed by the experiences, the emotions, the range of emotions, all the emotions that are the food for your creative practice, whatever that is. All of the cliches about poets and sadness and trauma and hardship, that is more, it's not a cliche. Those are the experiences that create who we are. And it is that ability to be truthful about who we are that creates this amazing, interesting art forms and expressions, and your ability to tell that story with a view to your own healing, the release of others who may not have, who may never have found healing, or who may or may not find healing, allows you to forgive that, to realize that these challenges were really gifts from people that perhaps didn't hate us, perhaps they hated themselves. But you don't have to do that. Instead, you're taking these stories that you learn from, that you're being healed by these stories, by your great power of forgiveness to inspire others, to move with excitement, passion into all of the activities that you now feel released and eager to begin. This is part of your creative journey. To organize and take responsibility and move bravely into this way of building up a practice or an activity, a profession, a set of skills that now marks you as certainly as an individual, but in many cases as a leader. In the seventh house, the Ten of Swords is clarified by the Sun card in the eighth house and the Justice card in the ninth house. You have absolutely learned to find your joy. You are learning to find your joy in your relationships. You are seeking balance and harmony in every aspect of your life. You may be using the ability to gain more education or more training, to learn more, to travel, whatever ways in which you're taking on new information, new cultural practices, new ways of looking at the world and doing things as what is helping you to find that core of joy and pleasure within you. That is the spark, the muse that is further feeding and inspiring your own creative expression. It's what's giving you joy and pleasure in the moments of now. And this is vitally important, as it's critical, particularly as we review our past, to realize that nothing is guaranteed. It is only the opportunities we can make in the moment that matter. And tapping into that joy now, that reveling in the abundance of the universe now, is what is giving you balance. It's helping you to understand what unfair treatment you have received, but the empowerment you also have to heal that, to address that, to get recourse for that. Whatever's required, whatever your soul needs, for you to advocate for, represent others who've experienced similar things. The Seven of Cups in the 10th house is clarified by the Ace of Air in the 11th house and the Six of Fire in the 12th house. So the Six of Fire and the Six of Wands are repeated. So there's a sense that, and you have two beautiful aces here, there's a sense that you are starting something new, that you're opening up to things that you've put off to the side for a very long time. And understanding now that you have something else, a new path, a new discovery, a new adventure, that you're more empowered to enjoy in the moment, each step of the way. The journey itself is lending you that sense of victory, that sense of finally being seen for who you are. It doesn't have to be by a big crowd. It can even be the folks that you're leaving behind who may be finally seeing you for your value, for your commitment to the team, for your work ethic, all things that Taurians are known for. But this new sense of possibility, this new ability to self-heal, to understand how to make yourself better, how to make yourself healthier, is based on this new vision you have, this new opportunity you have to challenge your own assumptions about the way things are, the way things will always be. That is irrelevant. The only thing that matters is what you want and your ability to pursue what you're deserving of. I'm going to finish up this reading, Taurus, with a yogic path oracle. and hope that this reading has been useful to you. 2 cards flopped up. This is what faced me, Svadhyaya. And I'm going to look this up in the Yogic Path guidebook. And Svadhyaya is self-study. We were each born with a book of infinite wisdom, stories, inventions, and emotions. This book is our own consciousness. If we take the path in truly studying the self, we will never become bored with our findings. Instead of trying to acquire more information, take the focus inward. There are cosmoses in your consciousness you have yet to venture into that have more beauty than any artwork, more mystery than your favorite thriller, more magnificence than all earthly creations. However, the passport required to reach these vistas is stillness. Through withdrawing from external stimuli, we can move into the true stimulus, the world inside and beyond you. Thank you so much, Taurus, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.